just like a drummer. It was such a huge part. I mean, it was after all, as opposed to some people, might visually the most interesting thing in the Who, and the interface in him and Pete was like what people really enjoyed to see. And you can't really replace that. You know, I mean, Simon's a great drummer, obviously, a million times technically better, and I mean, actually very close in a lot of ways to Keith in some ways. I mean, like excitement and something, but I mean, it's never going to be what Keith was to Pete in that interrelation. It's never going to happen. And the same with the Zeppelin, I suppose, that you could say. I mean, who's going to drum for the Zeppelin? Well, I suppose a few people do. Not so difficult for them, but I think for the Who, yeah, that's the problem, I think, for them. But anyway, I never saw the show.
Mm-hmm. I thought it was very interesting to use Guns N' Roses because they've been labelled like the Sons of Aerosmith, who were originally labelled, you know,
the Sons of the Stones.
Yeah, right. So, I mean, it's that comes full circle again.
Yeah. They're not really like the Stones, though, Guns N' Roses, in musically.
Yeah, no, they're not.
They're not. I suppose the attitude thing is there.
And well, like I said, they're kind of like grandchildren of the Stones twice removed or something, however you want to put it.
Yeah.
But I thought there was sort of a significance there that I used using the band.
Well, yeah, I mean, they were, obviously they had something in common with the band, you know, mostly in the attitude.
A lot of people were reminded of you and Keith by the little fracas on stage there in L.A.
Yeah, that never hurts, sort of pumping. Free song there. No, I mean, we never, Keith and I never been like that.
Oh, is that right?
That was unbelievable.
Was that right?
It's very hard to know whether it was put on or not, you know.
Uh-huh.
But it seemed to create a stir.
Uh-huh. Oh, you handled it very nicely.
But I thought they were, he's just a bit, and he's just not quite sure. He's just a bit too sort of silly about being outspoken, I think. He'd be very careful. I mean, in a multiracial society, I think you've just got to be very careful what you say about race, because anything you say is going to be wrong. So the best thing is to shut up. It's such a sensitive issue.
Stay with taboos.
Well, yeah, I mean, to a certain extent, unless you, I mean, everyone puts their foot in it, you know, from Jesse Jackson to, you know, they all make mistakes, and it's just one of those things that it's very easy to make a mistake, and then after you've made a mistake, then you should just shut up, not be so defensive.
Well, you sound like a wizened man, for, you know, of course, coming from the guy who wrote Brown Sugar.
Well, yeah, I never got into any problems with that. I would now.
Uh-huh.
Then, no, never said anything.
Okay, just give me the old heave-ho.
I think so.
All right.
Well, nice talking to you.
Yeah, thanks a lot. I think we got a couple of pages.
Things there?
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks a lot.
Okay.
Good luck on the tour.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye.